All right, so here's what we should do. Let's get you out the door into the restroom, and then we can do the line. Okay? You want to go there first? Sure. I can do that. Lou, we're going this way.
The crowd's going to love it when he goes out there because he'll always sign longer than me.
Good morning from Disney Springs. He is out already. So, good morning from Disney Springs and what is a very, 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 very long line that doesn't end there, but wraps around the building, goes inside the building. Guests have been here since the parking lot opened at 9 a.m. It was wonderfully organized, excited chaos as I watched guests leave the Lime Garage and not necessarily sprint, but briskly walk to make their way over to the Art of Disney to meet Ridley Pearson, have him sign his brand new book, Kingdom Keepers Inheritance. It has been since 2005 when this book series started. I have a number of friends that I know in line. I've listened to some conversations as I've been walking this morning, and the passion that people have for these characters, for these books, and for Ridley is incredible. I heard somebody say, "This is my Harry Potter." Now, I don't actually know who Harry Potter is, but I assume he's a pretty big deal. But these characters mean so much, and more importantly, Ridley means so much. And you're going to see why. Because the book signing was supposed to start at 9:45. Ridley is insisting that he walks the line. It's what he does every single time. I want you to watch the dynamic as he very quickly greets everybody, sees everybody, and says hello. And the stories that they all want to share with him. Ridley was instructed not to take a long time because these people are waiting to get their book signed. But you can see just how excited they are to meet him. People coming in with their first editions, the 2005 editions of Kingdom Keepers. Like this girl has her first edition paperback in her hand. Now, normally, if he was allowed to, Ridley would be chatting with everybody, sharing stories, but more importantly, listening to their stories as he walks the line and gives everybody this incredible amount of personal attention and listening to just what these characters and these stories. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Hi, how are you? What I love to see is the joy on people's face as they see Ridley, and I know this is frustrating for him because he wants to stop and chat with everybody and find out just what these characters mean, just what these books have come to mean. What's really interesting to see is if you look at the line, right, look at the people who are in the line. They're not young kids who...
There is you on job, and we are saying hi to friends.
Hi, how are you? Joni, nice to meet you as well. It's good to see you. Are you excited to meet Ridley? More excited for Ridley. But the folks who are here in line all have been sharing the same story. I grew up with these characters, right? When these characters first came out, I was in middle school. I was in grade school. I'm just saying, Ridley, and I know you're frustrated because you want to stop and talk to every single one of these.
I want to have lunch with everybody in this line. Yeah.
But I love.
To have lunch.
I know. But I was just saying, as I've walked around this morning, I hear just what these characters, these books, and what you mean to them. They literally grew up with you and these characters that they know and love so much. Somebody said,
allowed me to come into their park. How great is that?
Somebody said, "This is my Harry Potter." Now, I don't know who Harry Potter is, but I'm assuming that's somewhat of a big deal and a high compliment.
Thank you.
So the folks that know, it's always good to get to these things early because you see just how big the line is getting. We're going to try and sort of pop in and out and say hi to Ridley. We wish we had a little bit more time, but he was a little bit delayed getting here, so we didn't get a chance to sort of sit down and do an interview with him. But that's okay. It's just exciting to be here and watch the dynamic of the interactions between Ridley and his fans as they come up. So if you're watching live or on the replay, are you a Kingdom Keepers fan? When did you first find the books? And who is your favorite character?
Enjoy today.
I'm hoping one day you get Disney Plus on cartoon.
We were very close, so we're crossing our fingers. Thank you.
I think he's going to hear that more than one time today, that the desire for a Disney Plus live action or animated series based on these characters and books.
I know that name. That is such a beautiful name.
Doing well. How are you? I'm glad I get to see you again.
Thank you for waiting to be here.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please.
All right, well, I'm glad we're up and running.
Yeah, I'd love to get to the story. So, how come you're exact? And you're right here. Thank you. Is this you?
Michelle is one of the ladies I met. We were in line waiting for you. A couple years ago, she did.
Oh, great.
She's fascinating. Haley is
Is that you? Okay, well that is the most nerdy person.
So one thing about Ridley is he would love to spend like as much time as people want, like hearing their stories and sharing their stories about what these books mean to them and how they came to find the books and how they came to find Ridley. He's so incredibly generous and more importantly, so incredibly authentic.
Yes, I am.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
You're doing well.
Sarah, my daughter. She's in Venice, Italy right now. We have met her once before.
Do you have a favorite character from the Kingdom Keeper series? Who is it and why?
Our son,
Were you actually Katie Coleman with the hot group on up the train station?
have to look at it.
Quite a while ago.
Probably what? Yeah, I've been there 38 years.
Oh, yeah, so you were there.
Yep.
Katie Coleman brought Peter and the Starcatchers up to the space station, read them to her son over a repeat in Houston, which is too great. Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming.
Enjoy your day. We always appreciate you coming down.
Yeah, I feel good to come. I can't believe you can. This is. Tell me when you're rolling.
We've been
We
rolling.
are rolling. This is the original book. It goes back now 20-some years.
I love that.
In a perfect condition.
Have a great day, Ridley.
Thank you. I don't think you were alive when this was made. So, how did you get this thing? Oh my gosh, that recently. Oh, how fun. That is, I only have like 5 copies. This is amazing. Thank you for showing up with the original. And here's the new. All right, thank you. I had so much fun with this. And go around the world. And thanks for waiting in line. Yeah. Yeah, do you want a picture?
Thank you very much. It's, I know we don't do these as often.
Thank you.
So can I ask you a question? I'm live. Is that okay? So we'll sort of get away from the line. So and obviously Ridley noticed, you have an original, like, first edition of the original Kingdom Keepers from 2005. First of all, what's your name? Where are you from? Okay. So Ridley said half jokingly, he said, you probably weren't even alive when this book first came out. Is that true? So how and when did you first find Kingdom Keepers? Okay. And were you instantly hooked? Have you read all of them? And you just picked up the new one today. So do you have a favorite character? So why? What is it about those characters specifically that you love or relate to so much? And is there a single book in the series that you've enjoyed most? I'm like you. I like the origin stories. I like how it just began. And there's how many books total in this series?
7 in the first series. Yes,
I'm assuming this is your slightly older brother? Yeah. You probably love the fact that she found this series, and it makes readers out of people who weren't readers. Yeah. So when you saw the series sort of resurrected with Inheritance, you must have been incredibly excited. Do you know a little bit about what the story is and where it takes place? You probably do. You're like all ready to dive right in. And this is a new generation of Kingdom Keepers, right? So, well, good. Enjoy it. And I saw Ridley signed your poster too. So thank you again. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the highlight of my program. As soon as I found out that it was going to happen, I was my program. Thank you so much. I took a picture of the front and back camera. So.
Do I have to do something?
Smile. Thank you so much. So it's an app called Be Real. You just pick one picture a day and put your front and back camera.
Oh, how
and then you can see it. Thank you so much.
So, Amblad, can I ask you a couple quick questions? So we met in line as you were waiting. You were like number 4 or 5 in line this morning. You got up very, very early to be here. What's your name?
Jacqueline.
So Jacqueline, I noticed your shirt is very Epcot centery, and I overheard you're a cast member at Epcot?
I am. I work at Spaceship Earth.
So this book is obviously perfect for you. How long have you been a Kingdom Keepers fan?
So I started reading the books when it was in between my 6th and 7th grade year. And it was right before the 7th book came out. So I read the first 6 and then I was like,
Wow.
I have to wait too long for the 7th.
And I heard you saying like you were so wonderfully like excited, almost nervous, and you said it's the highlight of your program, like meeting Ridley today.
Yes, I'm very excited.
And is he not like the nicest person? Like he's exactly what you want him to be?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you have a favorite character?
So I have 2. So Dumbo's my favorite character to like collect. I have stuffed animals, so many of them. And then Megra is like my favorite iconic character.
Nice. Good. Well, enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you've got your original?
Thank you.
And it's well worn, which is the highest compliment you can pay an author. Good. It was nice meeting you.
Meet you too. And she came up with this design of the shirt.
Can I do a poster? Can you do selfies? Can you do a selfie now? So that we get your shirt.
Do you want me to take your picture?
Make sure we see your shirt more than me. There. That's fabulous. Thank you. I gotta get back. Whoops. Oh, that's the best. Thank you for that. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Can I just see your shirt real quick? Did you make that yourself? Nice work, Mom. Good stuff. That's great. Thank you.
This one you made a really
Oh,
for me because I was 6 months old. You know, 6 months. Okay, I can take both. And then I'm so sad because I really used to go down there and have the returns to recycle.
Oh, yeah? Oh, good.
Or something like that. So then I'm like, I'm gonna have to hunt down like 4 times a day. Yeah, I think
People are assholes.
that was like a really hard stuff. Now return to Yes. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Great to see you. Hi. Hi, how are you? Good, thank you.
It's Zach Brown.
Being here. This is absolutely. So, Zach. Yes, sir. Where's Zach?
I actually bought the very first book.
Oh
in this book.
my gosh,
So
really?
To get to meet you,
Oh.
17 years later.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ridley, this is a good friend of mine, Zach Brown, who speaks so incredibly highly about you. I don't want to embarrass him, but like,
This is one of my favorite.
Oh, thank you, Zach. No one's ever said that, so thank you. I appreciate that. they continue. Thanks. Yeah. You have the poster? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Zach Brown, can I? All right, this is the Zach Brown, not of the Zach Brown band, but more importantly, the Zach Brown show. So, tell me about your Kingdom Keepers fandom. When did it start? How and why?
So, in this very room, like literally, like right around 2005, we went for this Disney trip, and we were leaving for the day, and saw this book. I saw the original cover and thought it was incredible, and literally got in the back of our van, and I did not stop reading until we got home. It's the only time I've ever done that with a book. I'd always been a reader, but it was one of those things that just hit me right where my Disney World heart was. And this was an incredible experience. And I remember going on Twitter to find the latest book updates whenever the second book was coming out. It was just the greatest thing ever. So I told him this was my Harry Potter. So this was.
So what is it? What is it about the characters or the books, or is it the story, the location?
So location, for Disney fans, yes. But it takes these real life places mixed with the mythical places of Walt Disney World. So he brings it together and it makes it seem real. You can got tours for Imagineers, and so I know the details of these places. And it's a fun, suspenseful story. It really draws you in. You're hanging on every page, wanting to know what's going to happen next, what's around the corner. It's really, it's a thrill ride within pages.
And if you're a Disney fan, you can easily visualize exactly where this is happening.
You're right. You've been in those places, and then when you come back to the parks, now you're going, oh, remember when that happened in the book, remember when that happened in the book. So I can remember in the first book, they have this battle in Small World, and shortly after the book was released, in Small World went under ether for a long time, and it was like this really neat timing coincidence thing. Yeah, like for the Disney fan, this is essential. It really draws you. It's like 19 this week.
And you had said to me, and I had related, and you said it on your own, like, this is your Harry Potter. Like, that's an impact, like, that's a very meaningful statement.
Yeah.
Why? Like, because when you say something like that, it shows that there's an emotional connection to this.
Yeah, so for me, like, the main character, Finn, and I were the same age, and as each book, like, progressed, like, I was hanging on, like, I identified with the nice guy character, like...
Yeah, I mean, that's a stretch.
Loving Disney, going through, like, this diverse group of friends, they all have the different skill sets, like, you easily find yourself identifying with somebody in that story, and as they grow, you're growing, you're following along this tale, and so it's like, it's so easy to shift and grow as the adventure.
You kind of look like how I imagine Finn would look. I'm not sure if that's a compliment, but that's how I imagine it looking. Do you have a single book from the series that is sort of like a favorite for one reason or another?
The first one's fantastic because it was like completely new groups. We didn't know what this was. Then the third one, when they're in Epcot, is just describing a completely empty Epcot. And back at the time of the book, it's like the crash test dummies from Test Track patrolling World Showcase, how like creepy a completely empty World Showcase would be, but like you're with them, you're picturing every little bit of breeze and the bushes moving and what's lurking around the corner. Like you feel yourself being drawn into that story. So it's a really incredible thing. So 1 and 3, I think.
So the first books came out in 2005. You probably weren't born yet. Were you like 1?
13.
Right. But so, like, is this a book now you're going to go home and be like, this is my Saturday night? Like, I'm going to spend it with the children of these characters that I literally grew up with.
So, I have Tron for you tonight, but then immediately...
That's understandable. Okay, that's...
Like, I'm just... it doesn't matter what age I am and what age... Like, this is about their kids. This second series is about the original group's kids. And so it's like, this is cool. Like, this is now taking it to the next journey.
Yeah.
So, I'm stoked. This is...
And the last question, because I love watching the dynamic as everybody's coming up and meeting Ridley. You, and I've known you for a long, long time, there was this genuine, like, excitement. I mean, you've seen and done a lot, but there's this wonderful and I mean this in the best possible, like there's a wonderful like childlike excitement meeting the person who penned all these stories. What's it like to meet him and get a chance to thank him in person?
It's incredible. I mean, when we come to Walt Disney World and we experience these lands and these adventures, and how like, oh man, if I could go and thank Walt for what he created, if I could thank Mark Davis for these amazing characters that he created, this is that chance to get to meet that person that created this adventure and to give them thanks. All these people are saying thank you. And I know that I got to say thank you for the joy and the time that you put into my life and the wonders. You know, like that, not everybody does that. So this is a good force. This is somebody that is like exciting and like we need more of this.
And they always say, don't meet your heroes. But if your hero is Ridley Pearson, come and meet him because he's the nicest person on the planet. And the person you see here, right? And the person you see here is the person you see, like, quote unquote, off stage too. And that comes through in everything he does. So the fact that he's a likable guy makes the books and the characters even more likable too. Yeah.
It's not like you meet him and you're like, oh, it turned out to be a jerk. Like, he's taking time with everybody and like he's getting selfies with them. It's like, oh,
and he's a musician like you, right? He's a musician. See, look, this is what I love. Everybody's coming up and they're sharing their story. They're sharing their photo the first time that they met. Like, this is not, it's meaningful for them, right? This is like super meaningful. Look, and the kids, the dads are getting in the way of the kids because they're more excited to meet Ridley than the kids are.
and you're like trying not to like geek out too. And you're like, okay, what do I want to say? What
Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid.
Right, but you know you're standing online going, what am I going to say? Like, what do I say when I meet him?
What am I going to get to say?
That nobody's ever said before. Yeah. Right. I like Finn.
Like, this is my first, like, what you've done for me. Thank you.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Really incredible.
Cool. Yeah, I love hearing the stories that people are sharing. And I got some pictures of him signing the stuff, whatever, for you too. So
Thank you.
somebody just said that entire family looks exactly alike. It's so cute.
They went and copy paste.
So I noticed you were as excited to meet Ridley as your kids were.
Oh yeah.
Is it a multi-generational Kingdom Keeper family?
To give you an understanding, that was 10 years ago at Once Upon a Toy with them. Yes. 10 years and a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was April of 2013.
Right, and like all of us at different stages of our lives have grown up with Ridley Pearson and the Kingdom Keepers.
Oh yeah, we love it. I've been reading within the series.
And that's what's great, right? It sort of, it allows, it's connective tissue between you and I'm going to cry. It's like, I love the fact that books are able to do this.
Oh yes.
You know, we hear about MCU and Star Wars and Disney Plus, but I love sort of the simplicity of just sharing the story and sharing a book with family. So that's great. Thank you. You too.
And then 2017. And now I'm a cast member. Oh, you look great.
And for those of you watching live and on replay, thank you so much for being here.
When I'm there early in the morning, I'm like, I immediately go over to him. Seriously. Ridley, thank you so much.
It's just what I use for like when I do live broadcasting. That's right. Don't knock my phone.
Oh well. I love that. That was
Even back when you did stuff and then you did it for us like well, thank you for being here. Like I said, I've been anxiously waiting for you to come back.
And this is for Sam?
Saying, yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely love the volume books and stuff like that. Oh, thank you.
good position. I was just like, whatever. And then with this, like, bringing those bushes basically, it's a little bit of shade.
Thank you so much.
It's a nice
Yep.
breeze.
And thank you, Taylor. Thank you.
So Taylor, the first one live, like this happened so fast, it was good. That's charity, you know, there's a clubhouse, put out stuff.
So it's like, it's amazing.
But did you see? It's like walking down and you walk into the back. Like literally went into the back.
Just yours. Yeah. You get started. Would you like a poster? I'm doing great. Don't say one day, so I'll make it out.
I was not the only lunatic, like literally circling around the parking lot, waiting for them to leave.
Thank you so much.
And the
Yeah.
I feel like an hour, it wasn't that long. He's gonna be on here later.
Just up in Chicago 2 days ago.
I just love it. They always have to see me. I just think
So you lift up that up and go Oh, you do? Oh, congratulations.
Big things aren't big things.
yeah.
Am I allowed to ask what you do?
And I like it. Yeah. It's really
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They give you a tour. She did. Like, I'll give you some. I'm stuck with this tour for 100 years.
shelf built around like his kitchen and living room.
Yeah, those are perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Have a good one.
Who I'm taking off.
There you go. That's good.
Two votes, 2 votes.
This is busy. Like, yeah, exactly. I know. When I actually from here, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Works in. It's like, you know, I had a couple friends that they got the choice.
Oh, I'm so happy that this thing is so much fun to get into the internet. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I said. I think there's going to be such a huge learning.
Really?
Sliding like a flare. No. She'll move back. But I don't think I can cap it. There's something crazy about that. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. It's like, and they're like, yeah.
He's gonna go right from here.
I know that, but thank you.
Here's the fire. I know. He's like, not just for you.
It's like Twitter Live.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know, it's just like,
My favorite joke. Yeah, right. 100% a joke.
I can do it.
he was supposed to do it before.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You have a great
Talked about it before.
Okay.
In line. Yeah.
Yeah. I just love being here. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll see you there sometime.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can cut off your wristband if you'd like.
We got a lot. Thanks. Thanks, Chris, and have a good day. Hello. How are you? Thanks.
That's what we're talking about. That no, we know he's.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
That's what we were just saying.
The white cars are You can be the first.
And just so you know, there's a lot of people watching live who wish they could be here and are just sending a lot of well wishes.
Hi, everybody there. I didn't know they were doing posters today, but here is a poster for us. Well,
Remember when you said you weren't sure if anybody was going to show up today?
I wasn't.
Have you been outside? Have you seen the line outside?
But thank you for being here. Hi. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Wow. Should even have after dark and it's still sticks out a picture on the back.
I got there right at the end. I couldn't do anything.
Don't personalize it. I'll personalize it for you.
I don't want to hear it from me. It doesn't.
Would you like a poster? Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Thank you. So, oh yeah, and then I bought them all the second time when I started rewriting them. Yeah, they're very different. Now you gotta do it. So when I asked him to do it, I said, okay. Now you gotta do it again. Now the Splash Mountain's going on. Just change the name real quick and here's version 3.
This is
Thank you very much.
so.
I can put your wristband if you like.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
A charger.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of my parents doing that. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know if you got it.
No, I can't. It was kind enough to take it out.
Nice. Wow, what a jet. Turn right. Wait a second. When? How long? Yeah.
I can cut your wristband off.
Right. Yeah. She'll be party back.
So we hold for 3 days. Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know if I'm going to go through to go see the play. And then we're going to try which doesn't have any notice.
You'll be in another. You'll be in that second. Download what's that?
I'm just saying.
Right. So was it?
But now it's that was like it looks like it's the same, but everything is I love it. I think so. I don't do it.
Yeah.
Are you guys going into the park? Right. Oh, great.
Oh my God, thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can cut your wristband off for you. Yes. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much.
But then I hear it's not.
Yes. My story about this, I tried to buy this when it came out.
Yeah.
I got it. It's comfy. So weird. He said, short cover, you don't need it. He said, if you find a soft cover, I'll get it. searched every single one of your sources. And finally, it prepared for me. Way home. I put that one right there. And I read the whole thing on the flight home. Under the airport, yeah. Finally. When you do,
I love it.
I can cut your wristband off for you. I can cut your wristband off. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Anybody hey, I'm the pro.
All right, so remind me when I get back.
I can cut your wristband off. Oh, thank you. Boy, thanks for coming. No, I've just been running over there every so often.
You do, good. Where? Oh my God.
I can cut your wristband off. I can cut your wristband off. Oh, yes. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. We'll put it behind you a little bit so we can hide it a little bit. So there you go.
Keep it pretty.
Yeah,
Thank you so
there you go.
much.
It's not like
So what do you put on your side?
on my side.
I'm sorry.
No, no,
I'm like, I saw this. I was like, oh my gosh. I can cut your wristband off. She was mine. Perfect.
Sure. Yeah.
I can cut your wristband. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, another one I might go to when I go to the parks. Never been to get a
I don't want to get this time.
oh, no, you're fine.
So I want to run back.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So we're live. Can I ask you a question? Absolutely. So I noticed that you have what I'm assuming is a homemade Inheritance the Shimmer shirt. So clearly your fandom for Kingdom Keepers runs far and wide. How long ago did you first find the series?
I believe about 10 years ago.
Okay.
I read the first book one day.
And have you read all of the Kingdom Keepers books in the series?
Book 6 is real.
Okay. So what is it about the series that not only draws you into the books, but draws you to Disney Springs on a Saturday morning and draws you to have Ridley Pearson sign your shirt, which I think is awesome.
I thought everything is a cast member, so it speaks to me.
And I'm sure being able to sort of visualize where things are happening as you're reading through in the parks has got to be really cool too.
The parks, I like to look for where the scenes happen.
Do you have a favorite character?
Not necessarily a character per se, but Finn and Amanda.
Okay. Favorite book in the series, other than Inheritance, which is now available in bookstores everywhere.
Favorite book would be kind of a toss-up between The Insider and Disney Classic.
Nice. Cool. Thank you.
Jack says nothing, so who knows what'll happen. And then the other question I had when we called before the event, they said, I have a friend who signed up for
I'm on Facebook and
I do, I know. They're great. I think it's a good
Thank you.
I can cut your wristband off.
You're part of the game.
Thanks for coming.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Hey, will you get rid of these for Brandon? Because I think he would really like it. It's worth the wait. We did that. It's 5. Thank you.
You get the poster too.
I love it. So when you actually got into
You're my savior for this guy. Let me tell you.
we found out you were Joy Anderson's and
Yeah, here with me just today, we stopped the tour of it. I couldn't find out those nights, so I couldn't go out to see it. And that's the fun of it.
No.
So I did all the schools, but I didn't get into any schools.
but honestly I think that's nice. You do the stores.
He was
All the schools
thrilled.
and stuff. We gotta show how tall I'm still is.
kids still having fun? Oh, they're still coming. The line keeps getting longer. I'm watching.
It's up to you. I don't know. It's getting hot outside, so I don't know.
The audience might be getting bored. Hi. How are you? Good.
I've been reading your book since 2004. Well, as soon as I can pick it up.
And when he says that he remembers somebody, he legitimately remembers people, which I love. He has a photographic memory. He's met thousands of people over the years, but he's able to remember details about the person or their interaction, which is so meaningful for the people who have been here and waiting online to meet him.
Spring break season. Pretty much, yeah. The sixth.
There's no more Stone Time. There's really no more Stone Time. Where's Homecoming? What part? Okay. So there used to be traditionally sort of low seasons, but between the festival going on all the time, detail, discounts up.
Yeah, it was always like this. But now it's this. You know, like if you're operating at this level, it's
Like 2 days, first week of December. Like a Tuesday, like December 2nd, that's about it.
they are great videos.
That's so fair. Thank you. I was just so excited for something. I'm glad.
You gotta get that free check. You gotta get that clear. Yeah. Because we got one. We got one. Three in New York. They're all busy in church. So we got one.
Those were the unexpected meltdown that you might get from the family right in front of you.
I can cut you guys this way. Thanks for coming.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah. Take care.
Thank you so much.
So Ridley, somebody has a question. How many more books in this series do you have planned?
It's a 3-book series. I have finished book 2, which will take you into, among other places, Disneyland Paris. And book 3 is just started, so I'm only about 3 chapters into it.
Nice.
We're coming along.
Are you looking?
Good.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
I work in Hollywood Toy Story. Rackles, vending carts, and on the rare occasion I work they changed the Pocahontas bit is shorter, and then they added Aladdin part, Frozen 2 part, which is really cool, and then a Mulan.
Well, I hope to see you. This again. Can I put a name in here? Name? Okay. I just can't believe it. I answered a date in this. No. Very valuable about that.
Just make it out to dear random eBay winner.
Exactly. This is the technique for signing posters and also books. It's also good for chopped fruit. Can I put a name in this? Or just that? Okay. Thank you.
So I'm live. Do you want to say hi? So what's your name and where you're from?
I'm Donna and Chuck, and we're local from San Diego.
Okay, so what brought you, not just here today, but what brought you to the Kingdom Keepers series of books?
Probably my daughter. I think she was in grade school, junior high, and they read it, and I went out and I waited in line at the bookstore and bought the first copy.
Well, and you have a pristine copy of the very first print of the Kingdom. So was that yours, or did you find that later on? Wow, wow. And so that goes. I mean, that book goes back to 2005. So like, you've literally grown up with Ridley and Finn and all these characters. What is it about them that keeps you so drawn to this series?
Well, I like the characters, and I love all the behind-the-scenes Disney stuff.
You can sort of picture yourself where the action's happening because you know the parks so well.
Sit and soaring and go, okay, that's the trying to imagine being.
Do you have a favorite book or a favorite character? Right. So are you going to like dive right into this weekend? And both of you, like, you're going to sit down, like, nice little romantic Saturday night reading together. Great. Thank you. It's good seeing you guys again.
Okay.
Yeah, and I apologize. It's louder in here than expected, and I don't want to sort of wire Ridley up because I want him to allow him to keep his conversations with the people who are coming to meet him, you know, private and intimate between them. Unfair question from the audience. Do you have a favorite favorite book?
That isn't unfair. I think that, you know, you're coming out, so I love Inheritance, the whole series. I've finished book 2, I'm working on book 3. But I think my favorite pop is probably Magic Kingdom because of its iconic nature, and I'm a huge fan of Animal Kingdom, and I fall in love with that book, which is where Inheritance takes place. Thank you for that.
I want to make sure I'm respectful of not just Ridley, but the people who've been waiting in line.
Oh, good. Can I get a poster? Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Excellent.
No, this is for my friends.
Okay.
Yes. It's a surprise.
So I want to quickly show you what's going on out here. Because Ridley said, you know, I'm not sure if we're going to get more than like 15, 20 people. So this is the line. Oh, look, and wait a minute, you're bringing snacks? Oh my God, that's so nice of you. Nadia from Goofy's Candy. What are you bringing everybody?
Yeah, here I have pink lemonade, orange, apple, banana, raspberry lemonade, and sour.
Oh my goodness, that looks so good. No, we're just sort of covering this. Yeah, I hope, Nadia, you're going to have to go back and get some more slushies for everybody. Thank you. Oh. Wait, who? And the fact that all of you are going to let that go.
Scrooge McDuck.
Figaro.
Okay, we're at G. G. Okay, so we're gonna do Goofy. H.
Humphrey the Bear. Oh. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
How many on the next one? 4. Okay.
Alphabetical order now?
Yes, we're going out.
King tried it.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Lumiere.
Yes. I got you to my women. No.
Wait, we're gonna go back inside because we want to see the Beatrice interaction. Wait a minute. You may know Beatrice from such live shows as a lot of live shows, and from podcasts and from events.
And from this guy's cruise. Remember when we did that?
So what year was that? What year?
2012.
No.
That was my
Impossible.
first cruise with you.
Was it
That
2012?
was my first cruise with you. You're looking at him. He
Lord,
wasn't there.
what other two? I'm looking at you for support. Like, how has it been like more than 11 years?
I was there.
11 years later.
Wow. And
11 years.
not only are you still going strong, but Ridley is still going
Yes,
strong.
he's awesome.
So have you read the entire series of books?
Not the entire series. I still need to catch up. That's my retirement plan, right? I have them all. I have them lined up, and I have a lot autographed, which I'm excited about that today.
You sound like me. I have all the books. I haven't actually read them yet, but
I've read a bunch of them.
they look very pretty on the shelf.
So I'm excited about this one because the kids of the Kingdom Keepers are going to be in this one.
Yeah.
So
Do you know
that's
how?
gonna
So
be
what's
exciting.
interesting? Do you know how this book ends? Don't tell us the ending. No, you always read the ending first. I'm going to read you the last page
No,
of
no, no.
Inheritance.
La 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 la.
Oh my God!
La 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 la.
I never saw that coming.
No, definitely not.
Oh my God! I just ruined her book too. I'm so sorry. It's your brand new book I just ruined. I'm so bad at this. Did I ruin your cover? I'll
No,
buy you a
you're
new
fine.
one.
You're totally fine.
I got so nervous and excited.
Me too.
So you've met Ridley before,
Yes.
right? And you know that the person like that you see like on a video, on a book sign, is the exact same person that you meet sort of off stage or behind the scenes.
Not every single person comes out and through the line like he does.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which he
because-
did, but he was very frustrated he couldn't spend more time because the
He
Disney
looked at
people,
me like this and hugged me.
because he remembers you. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody knows Beatrice. But-
we actually messaged this week, and I was like, I can't wait to see you. And he's like, I'll see you Saturday.
But he does that. Like he remembers like everybody. It's amazing, and he remembers details about you, and that like it endears you to him even more.
Yeah, he probably told security about me.
Yeah, there's a detail right over there. Taser's ready? Good. We're good to go.
Right? He's told him, yeah, that the one that I go hug like this, that's the one you watch her.
You are not the only person who's hugged him.
Right.
I've seen people, everybody's like sharing such personal stories.
Yeah.
There's tears being shed. Parents are there with their kids. Like parents who read the books 17 years ago,
Yes.
18 years ago,
That was
now have kids.
He was what, 6 years
How
old?
old are you?
He was 8.
I was
He was 8.
years old
And
at the time being.
he met Ridley in a small coffee shop in Brooklyn. And that
Wow.
was where he did his first signing.
No kidding.
Yeah, I did
And
not
here
kid.
you are all those years later.
Awesome. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, this is my first time meeting Ridley.
Oh, nice.
It's your first time?
Yeah.
How long have you been reading the books?
I've been reading The Kingdom Keepers for over a decade now. I read all some of the originals, short stories, and just recently, The Inheritance, The Shimmer. And so far, I like it. The characters are awesome. I'm glad The Kingdom Keepers.
Oh, sure. That would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you know, he was legitimately, like, it's not false bravado, like, or false modesty. He was literally concerned, like, nobody was going to be here. Like, it's been so long since the last book. Nobody's going to remember these characters. we're going to show the line. We're going to go back outside. We came in because Beatrice and Justin were here. I want to sort of capture this forever because it's going to be great. I just know it. But the line is massive and growing. So.
And another thing to note, I don't mean to cut you off, but another thing to note, we have orange wristbands. So if you are not here early enough, there are people outside right now with blue wristbands. They may not get to meet him. So come early to get your book, get in the line that's actually going to make sure you meet him. Because if you're in the blue wristband, you may not. You can still get the book,
right.
Absolutely.
Ridley said, they said...
Still get the book.
Ridley was worried that nobody was going to show up, and then very quickly Disney's like, I'm not sure if we have enough books.
Right.
And then he has a plane to catch. Like, he literally, like... Because we were supposed to... He's like, I'm going to be done in like an hour. We'll go to lunch. We'll hang out. I'm like, dude, we're not going anywhere. You're going to be here.
The line that goes around the building.
We're going to go outside and show the line in a second, but I really want to sort of capture what I expect to be.
I love his face when he sees us. He's like, oh, they're next.
He's like, oh my God, there they are. Taser people.
Oh,
this is going to be great.
I love pictures. Did you know that?
This is going to be live video gold. I just know it.
And Anna Bramble, I got your book too. You're not laughing at me. You're laughing.
I am totally laughing with you. Justin's laughing at you.
Gotta have laugh.
Right?
Exactly.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Get ready. He says.
I was just on that day.
Oh, you are?
We prepared to spend money and drink.
Oh.
We're talking about amazing
Everyone has to have what?
Glühwein.
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 What is that?
Yes, my mother used to make that when I was a kid for me.
Spiced wine.
Oh.
And they sell them in all
Cinnamon and red wine.
and you get a mug and you keep the mug. So you'll be coming home with a mug in every.
So I should also bring not just warm clothes, but an extra bag.
You will collect.
Note to self, make sure Beatrice washes the mugs before you drink at her house. Just FYI. All right, here it comes. Here it comes.
And we went the same cruise. We did Viking, but same week.
Sorry. Beatrice has 14 books in her bag, just so get ready. And look, they didn't even need to call security.
Grab more than one. Okay, I might send her one. I'm sending one to
All right, now let's go see the line outside. Are you excited?
Oh my gosh, that was wonderful.
And he genuinely, like,
Oh,
remembers
he's
you
amazing.
and is happy to see you.
Yes. He is wonderful.
All right. I want you to
I've
get...
been to a couple of his signings before.
Holy cow.
Yes, Heidi's right over here.
So wait, let's go back to where we were before. This is This is half of the line here. Hey, how are you?
I've been listening to you for years from Ohio, and we just moved to Florida about 6 months ago with the dream.
Oh, congrats. What's your name?
Colleen.
How are you? Where did you move to?
Lakewood.
Oh, very nice.
Come up to the meeting of the month sometime. Join us.
Nancy's in my marketing department. She's my built-in PR person.
Great. And I love hearing your kids tasting all the foods and their descriptions are fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait. Oh, I only have one in my pocket left. But there's your welcome to Florida present.
Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I owe you one. Next time I have my bag. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Hope to see you soon.
So let's just it's Michael Kell. We love Michael Kell. What's going on, brother? It's your...
Oh, good. I'll have to tell her happy
Whose birthday is it?
Fran.
She did. Why'd you leave that detail out? Wait, let's start going down this way. And then we're going to go back around. You didn't tell me it was your birthday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Happy birthday. You don't, look, you only turned 29 once, so make sure you celebrate that. It's the Goldworthies. You guys are happier in the shade, I'm sure. Shade and a breeze. You were out here bright and early, like... So you have, I'm not kidding, they were concerned, Ridley was like 15, 20 people are going to show up like Ridley. I think you're going to get more than that. And now they're concerned we might not have enough books. And he has to leave to get on a plane at some point. So hopefully, but it's going pretty quickly. So he'll go until the plane is about to take off. So yeah, but I just want to quickly show, I just want to give a sense of, hey, how are you? Good to see you guys. Just get a sense of all these folks, varying ages. Like I love, hi, hello again. What are you celebrating?
His birthday.
Happy birthday, brother. Not a bad way to spend your birthday, right? All right, look, another one with the original, like OG. I love the fact that so many people are bringing their, oh, it's a Goofy's Candy Company girl again. Hello again. I love the fact that they're doing that. And the line just keeps going and going and going. And I think the line at some point is going to end just because there's a concern that they don't have enough books and enough time. Because it's so incredibly popular. So that's really a huge testament to Ridley and these books and these characters, and not just the longevity of them, but the passion that people have for them. Even knowing that there's a possibility that they might not get to meet him, get a book, and get it signed.
I can cut your wristbands off? Oh, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to run to Barnes & Nobles and get you guys some more books, because the line goes all, yeah. There you go, in case you weren't dizzy before.
E-L-L-E. E-L. Yeah, well, you're great. I can't believe you're going.
It's a lot of fun for us.
Well, you're awesome. The real thing with it. Thanks, you. I'll be in touch with you. Thanks. Thank you.
So, Ridley, you just called the person right before her the real Finn Whitman. Why?
So that young man is on TikTok at #KingdomKeepers, and there are 1.8 million views of things on TikTok named Kingdom Keepers.
Wow.
And his dream is to be Finn Whitman in the film, and has been for about 8 years. And he's just a rock star on TikTok. He gives me so much wonderful love on there. It's really, really fun.
I love that. I love how the fandom is just so prevalent, not just because the book came out, but because it's continued since the first series. Yeah?
I've never been on TikTok, and a young woman whom I've known for years, Alex, came up to me and said, "Now, do you know you have 1.8 million views on TikTok?" I went, "No!" And he was a large part of it. So
I love that. Yeah, it's great how the fandom is helping to expand the fandom, right? It just like Disney, right? It comes from a place of love and passion. Oh, wait! I want you to see this next person's shirt.
From the book. Nobody could look better for this role than Eli Whitman right here.
Ridley's casting the movie right now. Right?
I'll get you in touch with his agent.
That's amazing. You would be perfect. Can I get your book? Do you live around here?
I'm so excited to meet you all.
My brother's gonna forget. My
Thank you
son's
so much. You've read all the books. You've read to our other son as well.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out today. I appreciate it.
Oh, look at you. Hang on.
Oh yeah. So we come down and then we visit and I was listening to you and then I heard you here and I'm like, so information with you just on your phone. Where you're just like, oh my gosh, you're just so much you don't even know. And my son
That got my attention.
because I know you're busy. Did you take on whatever so you can cue them off? This is about 13 years ago. The exact same tour. Yes, please. That would be great. Is your daughter at school? So I just picked her up. She's a silly cross. I have my copy of yours for a while. Let's see what next up. This is her time. I remember that when you talk about your daughter, that was saying that we have hidden dreams tattoos. Yeah, so it's just
before that, we were Illinois.
Okay.
And we would come down, and after we left, you would be here 2 days later. And it was like, really? We couldn't believe it. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Keep writing.
We're going to take bets at whether Ridley's going to run out of time or run out of books first. talking about their own medicine.
Yeah, I love mine. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, how are you? I'm great. How are you doing? Good, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no. I was like, I started to read it and I was like, oh, I actually like your brain stuff. I really like to get right into it. And so I was like, ooh, a book that I finally like for the first time.
Thanks for coming. Hit the silver ears, Tom.
My name's Julia. It's so nice to meet you. Yes, please, if you don't mind. Yes, of course. I've been reading some of those little guys, and this is my favorite character. She is. I'm a favorite. I think this is my comfort character.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Is that a question?
If you don't mind.
No, no. Julia shows up in my hair.
Oh, I saw her name and started crying because I hadn't read the so long. Thank you so much. Oh, good, you guys found it. That's okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Can I still have it? It's not my first day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. No, all good. No worries.
Yes.
So we wanted you to sign up for Sabi from, like...
This one?
No.
This one?
Yes.
For Sabi? S-A-B-I.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you guys for waiting in line. Appreciate it. And would you like a photo? And should that be for Sabi?
No, this is for
I'd love to see the parents as excited, if not more excited, than the kids.
I've been taking like
You're getting a lot of calls. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Love you guys.
Have a good day.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for waiting out there.
Yes, do that one too, Amanda.
There are a lot of pandas here.
She's the one that got us me and my brother like these books. I didn't get it, so. Yeah, I actually work on I work for sport. Are you trying to get Joshua in there?
So we just confirmed, if you're the line isn't cut off yet. It's still growing, Ridley. The line is still growing. It is not cut off yet. Is it?
In 2012, my daughter met you at a film outdoors competition. She won. So that's you and her. She's at a conference today, so she can't be here. No, she's only 22. Okay. No, this one is for a girl outside that wasn't able to get in line, and I told her she could. Sal, yes. Yes.
I think she's just as stoked that she got to meet you as this.
No.
She's been Disney fans. She has a bunch of podcasts, and you're on the list.
She signed her very first book, and her very first book.
I love your sharing the personal story about.
Yeah, because her daughter was 11. And now her daughter's 22. So it's exactly 11 years later.
No problem. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I will. Thank you so much.
I took video the whole time. I took video the whole time so we could snap that anytime.
Let's see you guys again.
13 years ago. We were 13 years ago. We were little mini. We were little mini. And you broke your arm. And so you met your twice. One time you broke your arm and you stamped it. Remember? And you have to stamp it.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go back to Jackie. I'm curious, man. Okay, I can do this.
I mean, it probably would have flew if you had a stamp. I don't know what happened. And I love your books. And look at them. And what BMK? You were right. Just you were the guy that we were and undercover. Look at Amy and Alicia. Thank you. But it's smelled like a light. Oh yeah, like the lunch. Yeah, for both of us. But you and Alicia are my favorite.
A-L.
No, actually, E is for E. Make that a Mickey. Make it a Mickey. No, make it L-I-S-H-N. Awesome. So this just means favorite, right? Thank you. Thank you.
Ridley can and will do this all day. Have those same very personal, very one-on-one, very meaningful conversations with every single person in line. You like him for the books, but you love him for who he is. That's why I have been friends with him for so long. It's not just because about what he puts on paper, but it's the heart and the person behind it. He's going to be here all day. If you're in the area, want to get a book signed, the line is not closed yet. It can't guarantee that everybody who is in line is going to have a book available and or time, because Ridley does have a plane to catch. I'm going to let you go and continue on with the rest of your day today. Thank you very much for joining me and just sort of watching Ridley do what he does best, which is make people happy. Kingdom Keeper's Inheritance is available now anywhere and everywhere you get books, which is probably Amazon, as well as here in Walt Disney World, at Art of Disney, and a number of other locations as well. Thank you very much for watching and sharing along today. Stay tuned as of Wednesday. Don't look for the Wednesday night show at 7:30. Wednesday, I'm going to start sharing my next adventure as we head on our Adventures by Disney WDW Radio group trip to Italy. It's not 4 years in the making, because we were supposed to go in 2019. It's a lifetime in the making for me, for my family, for my dad. So I'm looking forward to spending and sharing that with you. I'll be sharing primarily on Instagram and Instagram stories. I'll go live if and when I can, but if you want to follow along and be part of the journey with me, I'll let you know right in advance. It's going to be a lot of tears for me, good tears. Please come along with me and with us. And thank you again to Ridley Pearson, everybody at Disney Publishing and Walt Disney World and Disney Springs and Art of Disney for helping to make this happen today. I love you. I appreciate you. Have an amazing day. Wait, let's say goodbye to Ridley.
Question for you. Yeah. My niece just messaged me. Said I wish I would have my nephew. The book, would you slip it in and have him sign it? I don't know if I can, because if I can definitely do another picture. Actually, right, I just didn't know if this might be able to bother wait on the next person to come. I don't know if I can. I can try, but mine is good.
Type comprehension issues. I was highlighting stuff like that. Nice. We're gonna get a picture, right? Here.
No, it scares me. When you were 5, it was all right. We're going to be a little family. Give us only another 20 minutes. We'll be right back.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect. You guys
I appreciate that. You're
Only 25 minutes.
Yeah, no worries. That's so great. You already have ideas for your next book? Can I have one of these?
Yes.
Can you write?
26 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye.
Ridley, we're going to let the folks who are watching home go and get on with the rest of their day. But I just wanted to say thank you very much for being
We love
here.
Lou.
We love
Lou. Not you. We love you.
No, there's been a lot of people who are watching and who love you. I said you come for the books, but you stay for Ridley. So I'll be back in a little bit and I'll continue.
Take care.
All right. Thank you very much again, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Have a great day.